Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about bankruptcy, alright? Now I know I've done a few videos on this in the past, but I think that maybe I'm not being, because I have to be nice on YouTube. You guys know that. Everybody's got to be nice on YouTube. And I know a lot of people watch this channel from different states. Some people watching this stuff from different countries. I don't even know if this stuff even affects you like it does, of course, in North America. So, but couple things. With bankruptcy, I don't think that we put enough research into doing it before we actually do it. The problem is that people make it sound like it's so easy to do and you could just bounce right back, which technically you can, but there's a lot of stuff that happens in between that. A lot of stuff you cannot do, a lot of stuff that just makes it more difficult. For those who haven't watched any of my previous videos, you can get a car in bankruptcy, you can buy a house in bankruptcy. There's a lot of stuff you can do in bankruptcy actually. The thing about it is that it's the reasons why people get into bankruptcy. I have people send me messages all the time. I don't know why I'm moving so much, but I have people send me messages all the time and they say things like, well, Calvin, you know what? Can you just check to see if bankruptcy is an option for me? And a lot of times, bankruptcy is not really an option for a lot of people. People use bankruptcy because they don't want to pay their bills. Not everybody. Some people are in a financial position where they simply cannot pay their bills. In a video I did a while back, I talked about a young lady who got into a car accident and she had $200,000 worth of medical bills. Only makes $40,000 a year. The math didn't work out. So she filed bankruptcy and she had to rebuild from that. We helped her do it, helped her get an auto loan and all the rest of that stuff. And, but everyone's situation is not like that. Some people just simply do not want to pay their credit obligations. And it costs money to even do a bankruptcy. I've seen one person where the amount of money that she was going to spend on the bankruptcy was the exact equivalent to what the amount of debt that she owed. But she was thinking the whole start over process where the bad stuff is wiped away and then now you're in a position where you're kind of starting fresh. Guys, it's technically not a fresh start. I mean, somewhat in some cases, yeah, but again, if I always tell people, if you're not in a financial position to where you cannot afford to make the payments to the people, then I would say, okay, all right, then maybe you should consider it. But don't just look at it as a way just to start over and beating yourself up about it. Like if you just honestly just pay your bills, and I'm not trying to beat up on you, I promise you I'm not. But if you just look at your finances and look on paper and say, all right, I didn't have to go out this weekend. I should have did all drinks on me. All right, I shouldn't have had to bet all my damn money. Just stuff like that. Stuff we do, right? And the problem is that everybody gets into a finance position. Everybody does. That's why we call them umbrellas, because we know it's going to rain, but people don't have a financial umbrella. One thing that really kills me is that these bankruptcy companies and lawyers, they really, really prey on the people that are very uneducated on finances and stuff like that. I'm just be honest. If you listen to like the rap stations, the hip hop stations, no matter where you are in the United States, if you listen to the R&B stations, let's just call it what it is. If you listen to the radio stations where a lot of black people listen to the music, and it's not just black people. There are, of course, Hispanics and minorities and things of that sort. Is it like a racial bias to it? Not necessarily in a sense where they're picking on a certain race. It just so happens that studies show that the people who listen to this music, regardless of race, are usually in a position financially where bankruptcy would be of value to them. And it's kind of weird how that works, and they just so happen to be black. So it's kind of a redirect. And again, not to make this, you guys know me, I don't ever want to make this like a racial type of thing. The thing about it is that it plays a major role. If you listen to the radio stations versus if you listen to a rock and roll station, if you listen to a pop station, you won't hear radio advertisements about bankruptcy. You won't hear like stuff with trap beats in the back with a snare, but they get so creative in Chicago, it's ridiculous. And it's like, okay, all right, what's this? And before you know it, it's a bankruptcy commercial. It's like, wait, what? It's not the latest Kanye album, but either way. But it's so crazy how they do it. Then they have different names for it. It's, I don't know if you guys got debt stoppers and all the rest of that stuff, but really, and in the end of the day, they're not really stopping debt. They're just rearranging it. Because see, if you don't change the person, let's be totally honest, if you're not changing the person, then they're going to be back in that same situation again. I've seen people have multiple bankruptcies, and I'm not making people feel bad. I'm just saying, hey, listen, decide which route you want to go and look at it first, because there's a lot of things you cannot do. It's so difficult for me to tell people that they cannot buy a house because they filed that Chapter 7 months ago, and they have to wait 2 years now. And I'm like, when I look at this, I'm like, dude, you make enough money. You could have taken care of this stuff. And here's the thing. I think that the education is not enough for people to accomplish their goals, and they think they have to do this quote unquote fresh start. And in reality, it's not needed. But again, that's all they know. We don't know what we don't know. And when we hear it, it sounds like, yeah, I can do that. But at the same time, it's not many home buying commercials. Now you get the NACAs and stuff like that, but it's not many like you can do it type of deals. It's not as much positivity. I always know I'm gonna make a huge reach. There are more Lowe's commercials, Menards commercials, Home Depot commercials on other radio stations than it is. You don't get a good mix. It's usually not stuff that has to do with home ownership, rental property ownership on the same stations that there are bankruptcy and cash loan and 1-800 I need cash now, and you need to file these kids on your tax. It's just crazy stuff, and we fall into it, and I see it every single day. And that's exactly why I started this channel, is because I wanted to make sure that people knew that there are people that say, listen, there are other ways to do it. Will it take some work? Yeah, but at least someone in your family can now stop that process instead of, because I had a client who was a 760 credit score, bought a car for her boyfriend. The boyfriend left her, and sure enough, she got stuck with the car. Then sure enough, she calls me and she says, hey Calvin, you know what? She was a client. And I said, she told me, what can I do about the situation? I broke down to her the best options. All right, with credit, you have options, and these are going to be your best options. She's like, man, I'm so glad I called you, because my mom, who had filed bankruptcy, my client, she said, yeah, my mom had filed bankruptcy in the past. She said, man, this is something I should consider. And this is a 760 credit score. And her mom, because bankruptcy was so easy, she should consider bankruptcy, because now you have a car and a payment that you don't necessarily want to have to pay. And we were able to get her out of that situation. I told her it wasn't that bad. And for those who want to know what we did was we found out how much the car was owed. I think she owed like 18. The car was worth like 13. So that's a $5,000 loss. What we did was she was able to sell that to CarMax, free and clear. And then of course she had to pay the difference, for the down payment. And then what I had to do is since her credit was good, we took out a $5,000 loan and had a lower payment. And now she ended up paying that $5,000 loan. That was like, about 4 or 5 years ago. And of course she been paid that loan off, but she would have been stuck with a car and all the rest of this stuff, and insurance liabilities, parking spots, make sure people not stealing the car, washing. I mean, it's just too much. Granted, did it cost some money? Yeah, but I mean, hell, don't co-sign, so that's just what it's all about. And I don't even think there was a co-sign. I think she put 100% in her name because he knew she had good credit, so, but again, you just have to make sure that the information that you're telling people, that there are other options outside of bankruptcy. Sometimes you need to really just sit down with somebody. There's somebody in your family or a friend or even these channels. Look for the information. Just make sure you look at all options before you go that route. Because at the end of the day, now there are some times where you just simply don't make enough money. Now you can't just sit there and be like, whoa, it's me. Fam, like, it's maybe time to make some more money, so I'm going to start doing some more real estate videos, because we got, I just can't, I don't want to give everything out, but either way, but there are other ways to make more money, but you guys should really consider becoming a real estate agent, because it's only here is $800. College costs thousands of dollars, but I mean, real estate license is cheaper than getting your barber's license, cheaper than becoming a nurse, and I'm telling you, like, people, man, it's, whew. Anyway, but again, there are other options out here. So if you like this video, like it, you want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as you have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.